President Trump has appointed a new ambassador to India in a hugely significant and what may well turn out to be a promising development, coming at a time when relations between India and the US really have sunk to an unprecedented low. Trump's India man will be the Uzbekistan-born Sergio Gor, who Trump spoke of in his announcement as his trusted right-hand man. Trump has praised Gor for hiring what he called America First patriots in the federal government, and he described Gor as a key campaigner and a key fundraiser for his election and a publisher of his, as Trump called them, best-selling books. Gor will also be special envoy for South and Central Asia affairs, which could turn out to be a dilution of his India role or an enhancement to it, depending really on how it is played out. In tandem with this announcement from Trump came word from Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Rubio welcomed the announcement for the new ambassador in India, and he no doubt had a hand in that appointment. Rubio made the remark that India is one of the most important relationships the US has in the world. For a start, this is language very different from that contemptuous dismissal of India as some dead economy. Trump announced that he had picked Gor to deliver his agenda in the most populous region in the world. For most populous, we can most certainly in large measure read market. India is a huge potential market for US goods, well past the red lines India has laid down on some imports from the US. And when Rubio speaks of one of the most important relationships, certainly we would be looking at US interests in India as a strategic ally. New Indian moves to strengthen ties with China, with Russia, Brazil and other countries no doubt have had some influence here. They've pointed to an Indian diversion from a focus on the US. Gor may well be tasked with arresting some of that shift away. On the face of it, Trump no doubt has tasked Gor with delivering his agenda in India, but that may not necessarily translate as a simple and impatient restatement of Trump's familiar demands on India. Gor could potentially report back on Indian concerns with some listening in the White House we don't have at the moment. At the least, there's an opening here for some movement past the present deadlock. Gor faces an immediate test of his position and influence in the countdown to the August 27 deadline, and that is when the 50% tariffs on India are due to take effect. And if those stand, Gor would certainly come to stand as only the new American face of the wall, standing between better relations between the two countries. Gor is at present Director of the White House Personnel Office, and his appointment will need to be confirmed by the Senate, which should be a formality. He will take his place in India in time, no doubt, as a new doorway at a time when some of the biggest doors between India and the US stand closed.
Thank you for watching CNBC TV18 and do follow us on all our social media platforms for news, updates and more.